Welcome to the table, Bucks Gearbox. So glad you are here with me today. I have a pseudo unboxing of the Pena X series Alacran. This one right here, pseudo unboxing because I've been carrying it for 2 weeks, but it's still new to me and I wanted to show you what you get in the box. So having unboxed this before, I know what's in here. And it's pretty cool. You get a very padded experience to protect the knife. You get a sweet microfiber cloth that looks like kind of a bigger one that's folded up. Very cool. You get the do not eat. And that's about it. There you go. So kind of, typical kind of stuff, that microfiber cloth being the only swag that you get with the knife. And this is the knife, and it's gorgeous. I mean, good grief. This is a design team up between Javi Garcia and Enrique Pena, manufactured by Riot. And yeah, this is the knife. Very cool. I've carried this for 2 weeks, but still just wanted to do that pseudo unboxing so you could see what comes with it. This won't be a review except to say that this is a beautiful knife. It's very, very nice to carry. Action is fantastic. It's pretty broken in. It got better and better over the couple of weeks that I've carried it, and smoother to operate. So I can definitely recommend this knife if you love the looks of it and if you like the idea, the design of the knife. It's a pretty easy recommend. Not a review, but I like it. Specs: 3.5 inch M390 satin finished blade with a flat grind. It's got an ever so slightly curved clip point. You can't really see the curve, but it definitely does not lay flat. When you lay it down, it rocks a little bit. So I know it's a little bit curved. It's 8 inches overall. Thumb stud opening. You can spidey flick it if you get it in just the right spot. There's also some jimping on the front end, so you can definitely, you can definitely get it open with a front flipper action. Kind of mangles up your thumb a little bit, but it's there if you need it. I typically just thumb flick it because it's super easy and it's very fun to do. For it being kind of a pretty knife, it's I find it kind of fun and fidgety as well. Runs on ceramic bearings, weighs over 4.5 ounces, so it's a pretty stout feeling knife, but it looks very gentlemanly. It's very pretty. It's not going to scare anybody. It's a frame lock. It does have a steel liner insert in there. I doubt you'll be able to see it on camera, but it's in there. Blasted titanium scales, pretty awesome and beefy feeling slabs of titanium there. It definitely is kind of it's a hefty knife at that 4.5 ounces, and it feels good. It feels just right for what it looks like. It's kind of interesting that, yeah, it feels just right. Titanium tip up right carry only, so that could be a bummer for you lefties out there. Just keep that in mind. This pocket clip is really beautifully designed and it works really, really well. Yeah, you can kind of see there. Very cool. It's a very pretty design. Even the pocket clip is kind of like pretty dang exceptional. Mine has the green micarta inlays with copper pivot collars. Just beautiful. And there are many different variations of this knife that have different inlays. Some have black scales, but I believe they all have the same exact satin finish blade. I could be wrong, and maybe they'll make some different ones in the future, but that's what I've seen so far. It's a beautiful knife. Hey, if you enjoy this, please consider a like and hit subscribe. It will help the channel grow. Also, I have affiliate links in the description, including links to this knife, as well as a Patreon account if you want to support me directly. Thank you very much. Let's move on to some size comparisons. All right, size comparisons. Here is the Spyderco Para 3, along with the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. Fits kind of just right in between those two, it seems like. Very, very right in the middle. Next up, let's do a Protect Malibu, a little bit bigger than the Malibu, and a Chris Reeves large Sabenza. There's a hair right there. I apologize for that. So there you go. And lastly, I wanted to put it up against, not against, it's not a competition, but I feel like the profile of the Giant Mouse Ace Rio is very similar to the profile of the Alacran. A little more rounded on the Rio, a little more boxy, but very nicely cut down on the edges. So it doesn't feel, it feels very good in hand. It's just not as rounded as the Rio, but it's very, very, very similar profile for sure. Again, this is not a review, just a simple kind of overview, unboxing type of thing. I was torn on what I was buying the day that I went into the shop at River's Edge Cutlery. I have so many knives on my wish list and I couldn't really decide what I wanted. I kind of accidentally noticed this knife in the display case, and honestly I didn't know anything about it, so I asked a lot of questions, played with it a little bit. The design lines and the fact that I've always been very intrigued by Pena knives, I knew I had to check it out. The action was great from the get-go, and I brought it home. It was that quick of a decision once I saw it. Even just 2 weeks in the pocket, it's very easy for me to recommend this knife. It's beautifully designed. Very glad to have it in my collection, and it's already won a ton of pocket time in my rotation in the short time that I've owned it. So if you're interested, I can definitely, if you like the design and you're a fan of Pena knives, it's kind of a no-brainer. But if you've never heard of Pena knives or you've never seen one before, make sure if you've got a shop nearby you that has some of these in, go check them out. I highly recommend it. It's a great little knife, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it. Hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate everyone for your support, and I will see you in the next one.